Now, how do we do this? We got our bases down, apparently. We'll add in the earrings and the jewel later on, because that doesn't require so much its own layer to do. We can actually just mix that in with some other layer that's not being used or it's obscuring. So, let's go to the hair layer. And let's just experiment with many kinds of brushes we can use to get the hair down just where we want it to. If you right click while you're in brushes, you'll get a nice slew of options to change. I like to use this sometimes, but not as a hard brush. So hold shift and use the brackets. The left bracket will soften it, the right bracket will harden the brush. So as it's softened, reverse that. Make that the right bracket softens, the left hardens. Right? Oh wait, I'm using the wrong brush. Okay, I'm on. Oop, my bad. I was on the eraser. Alright, reverse it again. The left bracket is true. Okay, right click. We want this as a brush. So, oop. Increase the size of that. Here we do want to have that other dynamics. Well, that's up to you. You don't have to have it on pen pressure or not. You can have that on or off, but it makes it look more interesting. That way you have variance. Remember, in Photoshop you have many ways to do something. You do not have to do it in one way. You don't have to do it how I'm doing it. I am showing you just one way to do this. Okay. Don't worry about that. All you simply do is go back to your hair layer, or coloring layer. Color that back in. Pretty cool. Lock it, back to hair. We want to focus on the hair here, because we want to keep doing this brushing effect. Oop. And as you see, it makes it look a little bit more like hairs. But what about these solid edges here? We don't want that anymore. That's right, we don't. Let's see, there's a way to fix this. You can use the smudge tool. The smudge tool. Oop. Is that the right one? Smudge tool at maybe 30 on the brush. Something like that. Yeah, that would kind of work. Maybe a bit stronger. We'll put the strength at 50. And if you hear me pounding away at the tablet, I'm used to doing that from the older tablets. Now, the beauty about this is being its own layer is I'm not affecting the coloring layer, the skin. Should name that skin, really. I'm not affecting that layer in any way whatsoever. Let's see what else I can change. Aha! There we go. That's why I wasn't doing that. Okay. There's a reason why you want it that way, because you want it to look as natural as hair as possible. And that's the reason why we didn't want to add in details later. Blocking it simply will do it this way. This is just one way to do it. I do hair a little differently at times. So... There we go. Ooh, good comeback. Same thing for the back of the hair, though that's not gonna be so significant. Reduce that. This is underneath the skin. Oh wait, no, actually it's not. The hair should be on top. Well, for this case, no, it doesn't have to be, because all we're doing is just blending in. Oop, wrong tool. Alright, so you see the idea I'm doing here is this is how we make hair for her. The bangs. Bangs could be that way too. We'll be adding the shading in pretty soon. So, alright, now we go on to... Oh wait, forgot about the top there. With the tablet, you can make really fine movements. And you're cool. You cool. You got it. You got it. Again, for simplicity's sake, let's not worry too much about it. This is exactly how you would do it without a line art layer. So if you decide to turn off your line art layer, it'll look a little bit better. Not really, but keep that face on. Alright, save it again. Alright, so we have our hair. Let's get some shading on that hair. Variety of ways you can do this too. You can use your brush, use a darker color, and then use the same technique. Or you can use the burn tool and do it this way. Now, you want to use that same brush you were using for the hair to make the streak effect. Because, yep, that's turned off, right? Yep, thought so. And actually you want to have other dynamics, well, that'll be turned off, but you want exposure on pressure, pen pressure. And what's going to happen here is it's going to be affected by the way you do this. So, you know what, that dot effect that just occurred there. So we keep going, head to here. Alright, excuse if you can hear the pounding of my tablet. I am not really hitting that hard. I am just doing it enough so it's just a bad habit gesture. You don't really have to hit your tablet that hard. In fact, remember, I'm still using the bamboo fun here, so that's how sensitive it is. So I will try to go in softer strokes so you don't hear anything. This might be considered a lazy way of doing this. I don't think so. When it all boils down to it, aren't you just coloring just to achieve that most visual illusion? You honestly can't tell what a person has done to do an effect in Photoshop. I can almost see the difference between something to be done in Painter and Photoshop. Again, it really depends on the person and how well they know both programs. You can almost emulate a lot of tools in Painter into Photoshop. I've almost mimicked the smooth round tool. Well, actually, no, that's a very easy tool to do. You just put the brush at 0. Or not 0, 2. 2.0. Gotta focus. Alright, it looks a little bit more like hair. I'm increasing the brush size again, and so... The advantage to doing it with the burn tool is you can make depth with this. You can make the color go darker. Unlike the brush, you'll be staying at the same color at a constant rate. The burn tool is exactly what it's suggesting. The more you keep doing it, the more it burns. It singes on the color. So, delicate as possible. By the way, how I'm doing this with the burn tool, it's set at midtones at exposure 25%. And we are on the hair layer, just so we're clear, obviously. Separate layers. So that's the effect we wanted there. Alright, well, it looks good, but some people prefer to leave the solid here. I would just decrease the exposure to maybe we're at 10% exposure. Increase the brush to 150 and give it a good... Give it a good whoosh. Well, you probably only have to do it once, but from over here... Looks good. Alright, we save it. We're good for the hair layer. The hair layer. Hair layer.